going back to the idea of fat ball dog, if you actually do that to people when they're drinking beer and then pinch them, anytime you pinch them on the back of the arm in the same place, they'll put them back exactly when they were drinking the beer. It's a great technique for having fun. Anyway, it's really nasty, but if you do it with a good intention, it doesn't matter. Yeah. See, I give you guys all the same information. You roll. We can get into that as soon as you want to learn about how to actually pitch somebody that doesn't want to buy. You'd be really interested. And having fun. Well, there's a Q&A in about 2 seconds. So, having fun. Again, it goes back to the intention. I love my product. I love my service. I love that you gave your time so I can speak to you tonight. Having fun. Everyone wants to have fun. Pitch it. Have fun. Make it diverse. Grab your audience. Get them in there. And really try to make it dynamic. I think that that's the most important thing. Is being flexible and not worrying. Okay? You're up there. You're going to get the speech. No matter what you do, you're as prepared as you're ever going to be. So just go for it. And make sure you use all those tools I gave you. I can't see you're going to just got to make sure you're not thinking hard. Go at the moment. Be flexible. Have fun. There you go. That's my little tips and hints for you guys to make sure that you guys got some skills to apply to your life. I want to make sure that you guys go home and know that maybe I was taking too many pauses. Maybe I was taking too many because that's a really good one. I'll call that in a second. Speak with intention. Speak from the heart. Everyone you're going to sell to will buy from you. They're buying you, not your product. Thank you. What kind of time do I have? Actually? Probably way under time.
We can
40.
ask
Really?
questions to the out. To your timer too?
Absolutely. Good.
The good news is these students aren't selling things here, and hopefully they're not necessarily going to be marketers of their products, but I think it's really important to them. They're going to be communicators throughout their lives as designers, and I think that most of us are going to be showing visual things or three-dimensional things or something. There's a visual component, and the reason I wanted you to come is because I want to make sure that whatever you say verbally supports with all the great work you've done. And what I said to the students before you came is when I was in architecture school, students could work all night long, beautiful models, and they got up there and they mumbled, and they, because they've got everything you're talking about there, and it's a tragedy to me because they undercut all the good work they did. So the main thing I want for you students is you have another tool to showcase your work and communicate about your work. So the selling part is not a value that I necessarily am promoting within a classroom or academic context, even though that may become a former marketer. I'm calling you a former marketer now. Somebody who has a marketing background. So the selling part isn't necessarily part of the equation, but it might be. But I think these skills are something that are carried through in communication now.
What's the percentage of their weighted score for how they present?
In my, when I grade them?
So
it's unconscious.
So you're going to be selling. You're selling your project, you're selling your grade, you're selling your product, which in this case happens to be a paper for your semester. Very true. You're not going to be doing a lot of outside pitching, but you will be doing a lot of inside pitching. Getting resources, making sure that office lady can make sure to get you all the stuff you need for that presentation on time. You think it's really subtle, but absolutely. I mean, you're going to be talking to people externally and internally, and even if you just are making awesome models, still got to be somebody to supply the glue, someone to supply the wood, someone to supply this and that. You're going to have to pitch to somebody why it's important to them to help you and give their time.
And when you're done, you do it with them. Somewhere. Any other questions for us?
Anything. Sir.
How do you reconcile having to justify your findings or your product with technical data, and you know that it's boring, and you're kind of talking to lay people anyway, but you feel that in order to justify it, and for some people in the audience, but not everybody, feel like a very small percentage can get like hard data.
Do you have an example so I can go
Well,
on?
I'm doing like medical devices, and a lot of it's tied up in just standardization of it, and
Sure.
like drier concepts and testing for efficacy, and like the mandating of whatever, and like, you know what I mean?
Sure. So if you're going after something that's really bland, like real estate law, super bland. If you're talking to people about coding and why they can't have a business out of their house, you're doing the same thing. It's just a matter of you got to put the emphasis on the product. So if you're going to give them a lot of bland, dry material, it's only because it's bland, dry material in your brain. So even if it happens to be, actually we're only 45 milliliters off here, but we have a production line that does et cetera, et cetera. The tone of voice will help that out quite a bit. Most people who get the technical speeches will give one speech monotone with the same amount of speed the whole time, and it's not very interesting. However, some people will give the same speech a monotone, and that's how they usually speak. Vary your voice up and down slightly. Make sure to increase pauses. That will help out quite a bit. And also make sure what you're doing is you're speaking with your body. Dry material is not dry material because it's only 10% of your speech.
Okay, kind of related. What if you're pressed, either in your Q&A or during your speech, for information you don't know, but you feel like the person asking, if you say I don't know, or I'll look into that they're just gonna write you off right now.
Nail you?
I'm asking you kind of how do you bullshit on the fly?
Thankfully,
or whatever you call it.
Well,
I call it bullshitting.
Well, thankfully you speak to the right person, as my initials happen to be
Bullshit.
So, the best way to go that, if they're going at so here's it's called a redirect. If you ask me some question, obviously you know I don't know the answer to it. Nobody else knows I don't know the answer to it, right? So give me that water bottle is only half full. Well, it certainly is, but isn't that a wonderful water bottle? Look at how it only holds the material properly. You're directed to something you do know. And if they still come back to you and say, well, actually, if you have anything else, I'd love to talk to you after the speech is done. And I'm totally available, so come speak to me afterwards. That's a good one if you're pitching to people in like a large group and you're not worried about the one person who's asking the question. If they have no power in the decision-making process and they're just trying to if they have no power over you...
You can't count on that. What if the person is actually, what if you're just buying time with the president who's going to come back to you and you know all is right?
If the president is that involved to ask that question, then you can pitch this. Sir, you're very, very good. I am very happy. Not a few of my clients don't really pick up on that part. So I'm really happy that you were able to pitch it as to you go for their smartness, for their ability to see the details. And then go into it. Sir, what part of that, when you ask them the question back, what part of that is most important to you? Why do you need to know that? And I can help you out a little further so we can get to the real question. And then you put them on the hook. And then they have to really consider what they're asking. It just helps and it buys you another extra 30 seconds to think of what you need to talk about. So, yes, but again, it's knowing your audience. So if I know that you're a decision maker, I'm going to try my hardest to learn everything about you before I see you. I'll call your secretary to see what you like eating. I'll call everybody I know just to see how you go. You got to know everything about that person and the client's needs, their industry, what their competitors do, and what they do different than their competitors. And I guarantee you can go out no matter what they're talking about, and you'll nail it. You've already done all your due diligence. That's